Hey there, Adventure Cats. Some very exciting news. The devs have fixed a bunch of what was wrong with Warden, so we're going to make an updated skill guide. Yay! Now, first things first, we're going to cover some really basic stuff with Warden. So, what you need to know is the stuff on tier 1, that is 1 skill point. This is 2 skill points. Everything on this tier is 3 skill points. 4 skill points, and then the top tier is 5 skill points. And Warden is one of the few classes that you can use the basic attack of without having to invest any skills at all. This is our basic attack. So what I'm doing is I'm holding the bow with my left hand. I've got my offhand, my right hand over here. I am grabbing the arrow using the trigger and pulling it back. And that attack right there, pew, that requires no skill points to use. But do notice that we've got 2 things here. So the one on the outside determines whether or not it's going to be a hit at all. And if I move, it goes down to 50%, right? So that's how much damage we're going to do, 100%, 50%. And if you try to fire it without it doing anything, nothing happened. And then the inside one is your pull. How far did you pull it back? Now, our first skill point based skill here is charge shot. And once again, same basic process. We hold the arrow, we grab it with our trigger, we pull back, and then to charge the charge shot, we use the trigger on the bow hand. We hold that down, and the purple bar fills, and then once it's full up, that is a charge shot. And you'll know it's successful because you get the little cooldown, and the animation's a little bit different than the basic arrow. On to fire arrow. This is one of the ones that was fixed. Fire arrow now actually applies DOT damage. So that is really, really nice. Also, be aware that it is the cheapest skill that you have in your tree. That is only 25 mana points. That makes this spell really, really worth knowing and using. So boop-a-doop-a-doo. Yay! Next up, we have Serrated Arrow, which is another one of the ones that has been fixed. This one is also DOT. It's a pretty powerful spell. It is 80 mana! And they have fixed it, so it is super, super simple to draw. Once again, that's it. It is easier to draw now using the pattern that you're actually supposed to use than the shortcut is. Next up, we have Rain of Arrows. Now, Rain of Arrows, also a DOT, but instead of doing DOT to a single target, Rain of Arrows does DOT to everything inside the circle of its effect. And what we do is we pop it up, and you can shoot anything with colliders. You can use that to proc your arrow. Unfortunately, the ground does not have colliders, just as an FYI. And everything inside that circle takes damage. All right, and the only one that is currently non-functioning of the attacks is the stun arrow. Stun arrow still does not stun, unfortunately, but it's very pretty. All right, so to summon your woofy woof, behold, you're a woo pupper. And then we have the bear, which is a triangle. Do the bear, good to go. You summon a bear. And to do the summon, all you're doing is pressing trigger on the hand that you drew the spell with. This is how you summon your crab, just a backwards P. Click your trigger, and your crab! And you'll notice that despite my not having the pets here, I have a crab. It's because I cast the crab, I took the pets off. So if you want to have a pet without having to spend the points on it, that is something that is absolutely achievable. And one last thing for Warden that you need to be aware of, you're going to want to mix and match your armor. And the reason for this is because the leather armor doesn't give you as much agility, you will notice, as the plate does. So instead of going leather, get the plate. Get the plate! The other thing you're gonna need is cloth. And the reason you want the cloth is because it gives you wisdom and intelligence. And you will notice that right now my mana is at 245. Now if I were to take off this close shoulder piece, that brings my mana down to 135. Okay, and remember, as a warden, your skills are expensive. On average, looking at like 80 mana a spell. All right, if you found this guide helpful, please remember to follow, like, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, need any help, or just want to say hi in the comments, and I will get back to you.